getting some sun? Hi everybody, I'm Michelle. Welcome to class today. I would like to dedicate this particular class to the Yoga Connection family, not just the staff, but the students. I've been there for quite a few years and it really does feel like family, and I miss you all very much. So we'll go ahead and get started in a child's pose. Bring together your toes, open up your knees as wide as feels appropriate in your body. Stretch your arms out either in front of you or behind you, right by your feet. Rest your forehead on a block or the mat. And if you have a block or a strap, it will become useful. But if not, don't worry about it. But if you do, hit the pause button, run and go get it. We'll use these next few moments to stop and to start again. Ujjayi breathing, long, slow, deep inhales, expanding the diaphragm. Longer, slower exhales, contracting the diaphragm. Inhale, feel the length and expansion. Exhale, feel the contraction and the tightness in the front body. We will use our Ujjayi breathing throughout the duration of our practice. We'll take 3 to 5 Ujjayi breaths in each pose, connecting to grounding and elevating through our breathing. So we'll use our breath to anchor us and to elevate us. On your next inhale, if your arms are already stretched out in front of you, stretch your fingertips out. Take another deep breath in, and on the exhale, allow your back body to surrender, releasing any tension or soreness in the back and the hips, the legs. On your next inhale, walk your hands to the left. We'll wake up the right side of the body first. Just notice how it feels on that first inhale. And start to create audible sounds between your ears, on and off your mat. Sounds like the ocean. Sounds like Darth Vader. Take one more really big inhale, feeling space between the right lower rib and your right hip. Exhale all the way to empty. At the end of empty, hollow the belly, feeling the spine slightly lift and rise. And on your next inhale, walk your hands to center and over to the right. Waking up the left side of the body without comparing, but just simply noticing the subtle differences. Relax your face and your jaw. And when using Ujjayi breathing, just lightly place the tip of your tongue up to the top or the roof of your mouth. So it's like you're sipping air through a straw, creating this contraction in the back of your throat. If you find you get pulled away from this breathing, bring yourself back to maybe a child's pose. We'll set an intention. You can use your intention to bring you back to your breathing, into this present moment. or even an affirmation. On your next inhale, bring it back to center, reaffirming your intention or affirmation. And then we'll pull ourselves up to all fours, lining up the shoulders over your wrist, shins parallel to each other, hips over the knees. Spread the fingers nice and wide, and on an inhale, arch your back, magnetize the shoulder blades to each other, lift your tail and your gaze. Exhale, push down and away from the earth. Round your spine, tuck your tail, chin to chest, hollow belly. Inhale, lift the gaze, the tail, pull the shoulders back to pull the heart forward. Exhale, push away, round the spine, shoulder blades separate, tailbone to the back of the knees. Inhale, if you want to start moving a little more organically and you want to tuck your toes, start to just circle around your mat or move your hips side to side or even forward and back. Getting into the wrist as we warm up the wrist joints as well as strengthen the wrist and forearms. Reverse your direction. Inhale and exhale. When moving like this, it's called Vinyasa. Vinyasa means to link breath to movement. So I'm going to do my best to guide you with my words. You do your best to listen. And if you can, close your eyes and trust that I will guide you. Bring it back to neutral, lift your lower belly, and dial your fingertips back towards your knees. Only dial back as much as you can, maintaining proper alignment and deep ujjayi breathing. You can make your circles, you can move side to side, you can move forward and back. Really just hone in on the sensations, listen to your body, move appropriately, cautiously, mindfully. Slowly bringing the knees together, bring your ankle bones together and sit all the way back on your heels. Reach back for your little pinky toe. Try to get all 10 toes down there. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Mula Bandha, the space between the sit bones, pull it in. Uddiyana Bandha at the top of your breath. Wrap your ribs in, look up at the hands. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, interlace your fingers. Push your palms forward and up. On an exhale, gently twist to the right. Inhale, gently twist to the left. Again, inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center, twist to the left. Inhale, center, palms up, look up. Exhale, circle the arms all the way around and down. Lift up your feet, roll around your ankles, give your feet a little tap, or just ride it out. Flip your right palm up, fingertips face the left hand. Give your fingers a little wiggle, make a fist. Deep breath in, deep breath out. 3 pulsations. Inhale, right arm to the right and up. Exhale, let the breath roll into each other, thread it through, right ear down. Inhale, press down with left hand, reach up with right. Exhale, thread it through. One more, inhale. This time, exhale and hold it here. If you want a little more, push into your left hand to roll your gaze up to the sky. Or walk your left fingertips to the top of your mat. Stretch your left foot back, either the top of the foot or tuck your toes. Left hand can reach to the sky or a half bind or any other version or shape of this pose you like to practice. We're going to slowly unwind out of this the way we got there. So if your left leg is up, you can keep it up or you can lower it back down. We're going to take the right arm to the right, and then we're going to meet in balancing table. Right arm forward, left leg back. Take a deep breath in here. Can you throw him a peanut on my towel? And exhale, round and curl. Inhale, stretch and reach. Exhale, round and curl. One more, inhale. And exhale. Place your right hand down, spin your right foot off the mat, and kick your left foot straight back, hip height. Reach your left arm up, arms at 6 and 12. Bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand to grab the foot or the ankle. Squeeze heel to butt or kick into the hand with the foot or ankle, opening up the front body. On your next inhale, you can stay there or place the outer edge of your left foot down and stretch with your left bicep by your ear, pinky finger reaching and stretching, left pinky toe reaching and stretching in the opposite direction. Draw the flesh of your sit bones towards that left heel, navel to spine. On your next inhale, circle your left arm all the way around and down. Tuck your left toes. And on an inhale, we're going to lift up to three-legged dog. Right leg lifts, left heel grounds. If it doesn't ground, keep a soft bend in your left knee. Hips are closed, right toes face down. Look at them. On an exhale, round and curl, pull the knee up towards your nose. Squeeze the heel towards your butt. Look between your hands. Lower the right knee down and exhale, pull it back in. Inhale, lower it down like your cat-cows, the shoulder blades kiss. Exhale, the shoulder blades push away from each other. They spread across the back. One more, magnetize the shoulder blades. Exhale, spread the shoulder blades. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step your right foot all the way up between your hands. Lower the left knee down. Untuck your back toes. Rise up. Anjaneyasana. Interlace your first three fingers. Extend the index fingers and your thumbs. Biceps by your ears. Feel your right big toe and hug the outer right hip back. At the same time, pull your left knee and shin forward. So we're using our Ujjayi breath to anchor us and to elevate us at the same time. Root to rise. Inhale, shift the gaze up. And exhale, a side bend to the right. If you wanted to lower your right hand to the block or the floor, finding more space out of your left hip joint, play with that action. I like to keep my hands up, but I encourage you to do what you like to do. Inhale, rise up and out of your low back. Squeeze and hug through the inner thighs, constantly balancing between right and left side. Exhale, stretch it to the left. You have a peanut to throw?
Sure.
Inhale, come back up. And on an exhale, circle your arms around. Frame your right foot.
It's right in front of me.
I know, but he can't see it. Shift your hips back. Half split pose. Lift up your toes. Isometrically pull your right heel back and your left knee forward. Those isometric moves are going to help you feel the pose where you're supposed to. Strengthening the front of your right thigh and stretching the back of your right leg. You get him in there? So cute. My sunbathing buddy. We're going to pivot the right toes to the right, only if you want to deepen your awareness of the sensation. Move your left foot to the left. And if you want to keep exploring that sensation, walk your hands to the right. And then there are a few people like Jeannie, if you're doing this class, who they like to put in their arm balance. The leg is already straight. Your elbows are already nice and bent, little buoyancy there. You can just place the outer right thigh on the elbows like a ledge. You can lift up and fly, or you can just practice and lean. We're going to slowly bring it back around. Bend the right knee. Tuck your back toes. Straighten the right leg, lifting up your toes, pushing down that left heel. And then we'll pivot to the left. Bend your knees left and right a few times. Inhale and exhale. Can you throw it on my towel? Keep going, just one or two more times. Throw another one. We'll hold it here for a few breaths. And then we'll take our hands to our hips and slowly rise to standing. Take a look down at your feet. Make sure all 10 toes are on the same line. Interlace your fingers. Notice what thumb is on top, what pinky finger is on top, so you can switch it on the other side. Inhale, press the palms together. Magnetize your shoulders, zip your quads, lift your gaze. Take a breath here. Feel the grounding of your feet and the elevating of your heart. On an exhale, soften your knees. Send your hips back and your heart forward and all the way down. Let your arms ride off your back. Gaze between the legs. Shake your head no. Shake your head yes. One or two more breaths here. He thinks I'm a squirrel. Slowly, we're going to release the hands to the tailbone. Bring the hands down between the legs. Bend the knees a few times, right and left. And then we'll bend the left knee for runner's stretch. Turn your left toes to the back left corner of your mat and lift your right toes to the sky. Hands are inside the two legs, hands at the heart, or hands stretched out in front of you. Activate the right thigh so your knee is lifting, your thigh is super strong and opening up, externally rotating. Left knee energetically moving to the left. Feel free to go for a bind. We're going to slowly lift up and move to the other side, making any adjustments along the way. Arms stay inside the two legs, left thigh engaged, left foot flex, toes face up. Deep breath in, deep breath out. On your next inhale, we're going to bring it back around to a right side lunge and then meet in a high plank pose. Stack your shoulders over your wrist or a little over the fingertips. Ground down with your index finger, knuckles, and thumbs, and then all 10 fingertips. This is going to help strengthen the forearms, the wrists, as well as protect the wrist joints. Inhale, lift the belly, and on an exhale, a low push-up, chaturanga. Lower your knees, hover the heart, and then lower all the way down to your belly. Can I have another one? Baby cobra pose. Press down with your feet and lift up in the heart. Push your pubic bone down. Try not to squeeze your glutes and float your hands away from the mat. Breathe across the collarbone. Feel your heart lifting. Be mindful of the back of your neck. You don't want to lift your chin too much that you're creating all these wrinkles. Stretch your arms back. Relax your arms and your legs, and then bring your right ear to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Open up your mouth and say, ah. Bringing the hands back underneath your shoulders. Fingertips line up with your nipples. Elbows squeeze in towards the body. Separate your feet about hip bone distance. Press down into the toenails and your hands. Lifted cobra. So lifted cobra, we keep the elbows bent, squeezing in. Magnetize your hands to your hips. Broaden the collarbone. Magnetize the shoulder blades. Lift your belly. Lift your heart and gaze. At the end of your next exhale, lower all the way down. Bring your left ear to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Open up your mouth and say, ah. Third and final. Hands under the shoulders, tops of your feet pressed down. Peel your spine off the mat. Inhale, lifted cobra, full expression, upward facing dog, your choice. Play around with your practice or take a step back today. Magnetize your hands to your hips. Magnetize your two shoulder blades. Inhale. And on an exhale, lift your belly, lift your hips, bring your toes together to touch, and sit your hips all the way back on your heels. Child's pose. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back up to all fours. A few circles around your mat. Just to bring some balance into the body and also just check in. Maybe your circles are a little bigger or maybe they're smaller because you've honed in on a particular sensation. And then we'll go to the other side. Left palm flip up, fingertips face your right hand. Take a deep breath in. Feel free to create some movement with your fingers or make a fist with your hands. And then we'll take those 3 pulsations. Inhale with the left arm to the left and up. And exhale, thread it through. Full exhalation. Inhale, press down to right. Exhale, thread it through. Notice how the breaths get bigger and bigger. Last one, inhale, and even the space, you find more space. Exhale, this time we linger and hold. Press down with the right hand to roll the gaze up to the sky. Or any other version of the pose that you did on the other side. Sometimes I like to lift my legs, sometimes I don't. Listen to your body. Each time you roll out your mat, you might surprise yourself. One more breath here. Soften the gaze or close your eyes. So as we come up, if your right leg is lifted, keep it lifted. Inhale, unwinding. Exhale, balancing table. Inhale, stretch and reach in opposite directions. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Your left hand will come down. You'll spin your left foot off the mat and find your way into side plank. Right leg is lifted, hip height, arms at 6 and 12. Bend the right knee, grab foot or ankle, squeeze heel to butt, or kick into the hand, or a little bit of both. Trying to balance out whatever you did on the other side. Want to mirror it over here. On your next inhale, we'll lower the outer right foot down and stretch with the right pinky finger in the opposite direction. Drawing your belly in to protect your back. On your next inhale, we'll circle the right arm around, tucking the right toes, and inhale, left leg back and up. On an exhale, round and curl, puff up the back, spread the two shoulder blades, squeeze the heel in, look between your hands, lower the knee, squeeze and magnetize the shoulder blades. Exhale, push away, hollow out the belly. Inhale, left leg lifts. Square the two hips off. Left toes face down. Keep your right knee soft if you've got a lot of rounding in your back and the hamstrings feel pretty tight. On an exhale, round and curl. Look up between your hands and step your left foot up. Lowering the right knee, untucking the back toes, and rising to your Anjane Asana. Left knee over the ankle, left toes facing forward, grounding down into the big toe mound, pulling left heel and right knee isometrically towards each other to feel more in the back of your left leg and your glute. Pull the belly in, use your breath to ground and rise. Inhale and exhale, side bend to the left. If you lowered your hand on the other side, lower your left hand. Keep rooting and grounding into your right foot and shin and reaching with your fingertips, finding space out of the right hip joint. Breathing into the right lung. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, circle it around, frame your left foot. Inhale, lift the hips, stretch it back, your half split pose. Just warming up the inner legs, the hips. Draw your belly in. Try to take the rounding out of the spine by either lifting to the fingertips or up to blocks or books. Pulling left heel, right knee together. Stay here or move your left toes to the left and your right foot to the right. And then your hands to the left. And if you fly or you're practicing flying, bend the elbows, lean the left leg, and maybe just float the left foot up. Just because you've never flew doesn't mean you can't practice the setup for it. One more deep breath in. We'll start to bring it back around to the front of the mat. Bend the left knee, tuck your back toes, and lift the right knee. Lift your left toes and try to root your right heel. Inhale, pivot the toes to the right, wide leg fold. Take your hands to your hips and on an inhale, rise all the way up to standing. Look down at your feet. Make sure they're all 10 toes are on the same line. Interlace your fingers. Remember what thumb you had on top last time. Switch it up. Inhale, look up. Zip up your quads. And on an exhale with a flat back, come all the way down. And let the arms lift away from your back. Maybe this time there's a little more space. Deep breath in. Long, slow, quality exhale out. Releasing the hands to the tailbone and back down the legs. Hands underneath your shoulders. Bend your knees left and right a few times. We're going to come into frog pose. Hop your heels off the mat. This gives you space to place your inside of your knees down. Knees line up with the hips, ankles line up with your knees. Pubic bone moves down as your elbows move out in front of you. So don't move forward, don't move back, stay somewhere right in the middle. So often in a class, there's like 30 or 40 people in class at a time, and half of the class is either leaning forward out of the pose or moving back into like a weird looking child's pose. So just check in. Keep checking in, not just when you're on the mat, but when you're off the mat. Check in with how you're walking, how you're driving, how you're standing in line. Try to balance it out. Take yoga with you everywhere you go. Just one more breath. If your hands aren't down, bring your hands down. Pick up the feet, tuck your toes, lift the knees, jump step or float back onto the mat, and then bend your knees again, left and right, moving around. The blood flow, rich in oxygen and nutrients, bringing that into the hips, the low back, and the inner thighs. Bring it all the way back around to a left side lunge, and step your right foot up to meet your left. Fold here, tuck chin to chest, bend the knees nice and soft. On an inhale, look out and up halfway. Send the hips back over your heels, keep your toes down. Exhale, fold. Send the weight into your toes, keep your heels down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Tuck chin to chest, stretching the spine in opposite directions. One more. Inhale. This one we're going to pause at the top. Take another little sip of air. Open up the mouth and exhale, let it go. Bend your knees, lift all 10 toes, sweep your arms up, rise up through chair. Inhale. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Check in with your pose. Make sure you can see your toes in front of your knees. Make sure your tailbone's not tucked under or sticking out. It's somewhere right in the middle. Belly in, ribs in. Imagine a corset around your waist. Tighten up the front body. Inhale, ground into your feet. Rise up to standing. Firm your thighs. Lengthen your tailbone towards your heels. Lift your belly to the heart and your heart to the sky. 2 more breaths. Energize your arms and fingers. Inhale, bring your gaze forward. Soften the knees. Open up the arms. Forward fold, chin to chest. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, soften your knees. Place your hands down. Step, jump, or float it back. If you float back, to low push-up. If you step back, high to low push-up. Use your knees or lower to your belly. Inhale, pull it through, cobra of your choice. Exhale, lift the hips, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Inhale, stay there, or flip your dog, landing your right foot lightly behind your left, lifting up your hips, your dancer's bridge. Circle the right arm around, pivot your left toes to the left, and kick your right foot out to the left, yogi triangle. Circle your left arm around, keep the right leg out there, look forward, stay here, or a little push-up. Right leg comes back in and up. And then exhale, step your right foot up between your hands, turn your left heel down, warrior one pose. Reach with your arms all the way up. So in warrior one, your right big toe and your left foot are magnetizing towards each other, hugging the outer right hip back and inner spiraling your left thigh forward. Inhale, and on an exhale, cactus your elbows. On an inhale, interlace your fingers, intentionally bringing your right thumb on top. Inhale as the palms press, look up. Exhale, humble warrior. Draw your navel to your spine. Start to round to the inside of your right knee, shin, or ankle. Let the arms ride off your back. Tuck your chin to your chest. Bring your gaze to the back left foot. On an inhale, palms press. Pull yourself right back up. Arms reach to the sky. Inhale. On an exhale, eagle, wrap your left elbow under the right. Your left hand reaches around to grab the right thumb, the wrist, or hands in prayer. Pick up the heel of your back foot, soften the knee, and use a little momentum. Lift the left knee up towards the belly. Ooh. Cross your left knee over your right. You can use your left toes to the outside of the right ankle to support you, or left toes face the earth, or left toes hook behind the left leg. Finding that place like your chair pose where your tail's not totally curling in, but somewhere in the middle of in and out. Lift the elbows away from the chest and then start to hinge from the hips, bringing the elbows towards your knees, fingertips towards the earth. From here, warrior three pose. Extend your left leg straight back. Open up and spread your wings. Soften the left knee. Step your left foot way back lunge. And then left foot up to pyramid pose. Feet are hip bone distance apart still. Inhale up to your fingertips. Hug the outer right hip back. Left thigh forward. Inhale. And exhale, fold, scissor hug the inner thighs. Feel your spine lifting and lengthening, not sinking towards the right thigh. On an inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, twist. Left hand to the outside of the right foot or ankle. Right hand to the hip or sky. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. We're going to slowly lower the right hand to the inside of the right foot. Lift the toes, pivot around to a yoga squat on the other side. So your heels are in, toes are out, hands to the heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Stay here, lift your arms up. Deep breath in, deep breath out. One more, inhale, exhale. Bring your hands back down, shoot your heels back, pivot all the way to the right. Gomukhasana, your legs, right knee on top of your left. If you have a strap, now's the time you're going to use it. Strap in your right hand to the sky, and then your elbow bends. The elbow stays up. The left hand reaches back for the strap, and the left hand walks up the strap. The right hand might pull the left arm, but then the right hand walks back down so the right elbow faces up. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Soothing exhale out. Deep breath in. Calming exhale out. Deep breath in. Relaxing exhale to empty. One more breath. Reach up with your right hand and then slowly the left, because that's where you're going to feel it in that left shoulder. Roll around your wrist. Wiggle your fingers. Make a fist. Notice how the thumb is on the outside. Now bring the thumb on the inside. This is my favorite wrist stretch. Roll around. If you can, get a really tight grip on your thumb. Oh, it feels so good. Start to soften your elbows. Deep breathing. Use this time to smooth out the breath. Even out the lengths. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders and circle the elbows around. If you notice there's clicking in the shoulders, make your circle smaller. Breathe deeper and focus on it. Reverse your circle. And then the more you do that, eventually that clicking will stop because those muscles got stronger. The joints got stronger. Good. Inhale, reach up with the arms. Exhale the right hand down, a side bend to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Lift up. Pivot all the way around to a wide leg fold. And then here, Yogi's choice. Hang heavy or find an inversion. Headstands, handstands, forearm stands. Just one more breath if you need longer, especially if you're in inversion. Remember when I first started my practice, I couldn't do enough inversions. I did every inversion the teacher said. I was like, I'll do every single one. Fell on my face a few times, my back, my butt. Did a lot of falling in yoga. But that's where we learn. On your next inhale, hands under the shoulders, bend your knees a few times, right and left. Bring it back around to right side lunge, and then high plank. Shoulders over wrist, heels over the toes, belly to spine. Broaden the collarbones. Inhale, shift the weight over the wrist. Exhale, lower halfway, all the way with or without the knees. Inhale, pull it through, cobra. Exhale, lift your hips, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift the left leg back and up, bend the knee, open up the hip. Inhale, stay there, or lightly place your left foot down, spinning your heart to the sky, your dancer's bridge. Inhale, circling around, pivoting the right toes to the right, extending with the left foot to the right, yogi triangle. Inhale, right hand comes down, left leg lifts back up. Exhale, left foot steps to your left thumb, keeping space between the feet, warrior one pose. Square the hips off. So if you notice this right hip is open to the right, I'm going to use my feet to bring that right hip as much forward as I can. This took me years to get there. Magnetize your 2 feet towards each other. Steady your gaze or close your eyes. Inhale. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, interlace, left thumb on top. Inhale, humble warrior. Exhale as you round, tuck chin to chest. Keep hugging outer left hip back. Arms move away from the tailbone. Inhale, pull yourself back up with your bind. Arms reach to the top. Exhale, eagle wrap your right elbow under the left. Right hand grabs left thumb or wrist or prayer. Come to the ball of your back foot. Use momentum. Step the right foot up, right knee up and in. Right knee, Ganyarasana. Cross your right knee over the left. Right toes face down, or use them to help you balance, or hook the foot behind the leg. Gently guide your knees to the right and your elbows up and a little bit to the left. So just like your chair, don't tuck too much, don't stick your tail out too much. Hinge from the hips, elbows to the knees. Start to move your right foot back, warrior three. Open up, spread your wings. Ooh. One more deep breath in. Lowering the right foot down. Hands frame your left foot. Pyramid pose. Right foot steps up about 1 foot distance. All 10 toes face forward. Magnetize the feet. Inhale, look out and up. Exhale and fold. Feeling that intense stretch in the back of your left leg. Inhale, halfway lift. Take your right hand to the inside or outside of the left foot or ankle. Left hand to the hip or sky. We're going to lower the left hand to the inside of the left foot and pivot around to our yoga squat. Heels in, toes out. Hands to heart or hands up. If you're really flexible and you're just sinking down in your hips, I want you to elevate a little. If you're not that flexible, maybe place a block underneath your butt. We're going to take the hands down, lift the hips, pivot all the way around to the left. Gomukhasana, the legs. Strap in the left hand this time. Right hand to the right and out and back. Lift it up, reach for the strap. Left elbow stays facing up. So whatever you have to do to get that left elbow up. Deep breath in, breathing from the base of your spine all the way up to the back of your right hand. Really feel the breath between the shoulders. On the exhale, try to soften. Allow yourself to feel every little bit of that right shoulder. Maybe you feel it in your neck. Be there with it. These sensations are always there in our body. Just takes us a moment to pause and connect with breath. This bind took me about 10 years to get. It didn't come the first time I did it, that's for sure. On your next inhale, we're going to release the hands up. Open and close your hands, making fists. Move as fast as you can for 5, 4, arms are straight and strong. 3, 2, 1. Bring the thumb in, soften the elbows, roll around your wrists. Reverse it. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders, circle your shoulders around. Remember that clicking. Move slower. Make your circle smaller. Reverse your direction. So good. Lift the arms up. Left hand down. Side bend to the left. Inhale up. Exhale, right hand down, side bend to the right. Inhale up, exhale, hands down. Spin it all the way around to the right, wide leg fold. Another opportunity for a headstand, handstand, or forearm stand. It's up to you. For 5, 4, 3, 2, so if your legs are up, as slowly as you can, lower them down. Let's stretch with the fingertips forward like a wide leg down dog. Take a deep breath in, lift the belly, energize your spine. Walk the hands back. We're going to take it around to the right. Lower the left knee for pigeon pose on the right side. So your right foot will heel toe over to the left. Your right knee lines up with the right wrist. Your right ankle lines up with the left wrist. Doesn't mean it's touching it. Just means it's lined up. You can move the heel in, just don't move it under the pubic bone. If it makes sense, come to your elbows. Take a deep breath in. Quality exhale out. If you want to go a little deeper, lower to your forehead. Make a little pillow with your hands. Keep hugging the outer right hip back and inner spiraling your left thigh. So your left thigh and knee should be facing down. And then your left pinky toe should be down, not up. So you don't want to pigeon toe your foot. You want the toes facing straight away. A lot of times I see this, which I've heard the cue before, pigeon toe the foot. That helps close the hip. But I've also heard not to do that from our main instructor, B. She says to just keep the foot nice and straight, make contact with the pinky toe. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Bringing yourself up. If you're not ready, hit the pause button. Stay longer. It's a great pose to linger in, especially if you don't have any back issues. Stay nice and long. Reach back for your left foot or ankle, squeezing the heel either to your butt or the outer left hip. Feeling this lovely burning sensation in the front of your left thigh. On your next inhale, we're going to pivot our legs open nice and wide for wide leg fold. Take a breath in, reach your arms up. We're going to first twist to the right and fold over the right leg. Inhale, come up, twist to the left and fold over the left leg. Inhale, come up, and exhale, fold forward for 5. Find your full expression. If your pubic bone is facing up, you're here, frog pose is for you. That way the pubic bone is facing down. Not too much rounding in the back. You have buoyancy in the shoulders. One more deep breath in. Why don't you use this pose for the...
We'll reshoot it after.
Okay. Slowly start to make your way up in pigeon pose on the left side. So you'll bring your left knee in, rotate the right thigh down, and roll towards the top of your mat in pigeon. And if you want to stay on your elbows, stay on your elbows. If you want to come down, come down. And if you want to hit the pause button so you can linger here for 5 or 10 minutes, do it. One of the many things I love about the Yoga Connection is there's so many different style classes there. Which camera am I on? Just so I know who I'm talking to. So when I first started taking yoga, the Yoga Connection was the very first place I ever went to. And I loved 3 different teachers, and they were all completely different from each other. But each one I got something out of. Even though I wanted more inversions, I took this one teacher. Her name's Barbara. She's like my go-to teacher. She's Barbara Sloan. She honestly is one of the best teachers. I admire her. I love her so much. She's taught me so much about each and every single pose. She holds them. She makes sense of them. She gives you a story behind it, the reason why. And then there's other teachers like B, and she's more playful and fun, and she finds a sense of humor in everything, and which is lovely. It really taught me to embrace who I am as a teacher. You know, be you, she said. Don't be me, don't be her. She said, be you. That's what's beautiful. She's beautiful. And then there was Vicky. Vicky doesn't teach at our studio anymore, but she taught the yin class, which is the yin to the yang of what I do. And that's beautiful too. So start to come up. Reach back with your right hand for your right foot or ankle. So we also have Miriam, who teaches those yin classes now and meditation classes, and she's quite wonderful too. So I encourage you, no matter what style yoga you're looking for, you will find it at the Yoga Connection. You really will, because we're all so different. We're encouraged by to be different. Be different. Be you. And it's inspiring. We're going to go back to our wide leg fold. I know some of you who take my class are probably making fun of some of the things that I say and the way that I say it, but to you. Walk your hands back out. I do have my, what do you call it when people harass you? In a loving, kind, hecklers. I have my hecklers in class. I miss you so much. It's crazy. It's wonderful. Just 1 or 2 more deep breaths. My hecklers being Carolyn, who I have to remind I'm the only one who gets to speak in class. And she'll remind me that she speaks too. So yoga is about having fun, connecting to yourself, the deepest part of who you are. Let's come on up, swing the 2 legs around to the top of the mat, any top of your mat, so it doesn't matter. And we'll take the right foot, cross it over the left, take your left arm to hug it. We want to close up the hips now, so squeeze the knee in take your right hand behind you. Make sure this right hip is grounding down. So as we inhale, the heart lifts. As we exhale, we actually ground the sit bones even more. So we use the breath to anchor and to elevate. Here or there. If you want a little deeper twist, take your elbow to the outside of the knee. But if the elbow came and you round it and your chin's in your chest, you're like, oh, I can barely breathe, hug it in. You don't even need this hand. You can use both hands to hug it in. Bring it back to center and switch. Inhale, hug it in, left hand, wherever. And bring it back to center. Stretch your legs out. Give your legs a little shake. Point and flex your feet. When you point and flex your feet, don't move your hips. Move your feet, your heels. So you're working into the ankles and the Achilles. Often missed part. Rock side to side, ground the sit bones. Reach with your arms to the sky. And exhale, fold. Reach for your toes. If that's not available, grab your strap, pull it through. Move your heart to your toes. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, lower all the way down to a Shavasana for a brief pause. Take a deep breath in. Open up your mouth and say, ah. Inhale. Reach your arms over your head. Bring your legs together to touch. Press the back body down as you exhale. And on an inhale, move your legs to the left. Keep your hips down. Lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Move your shoulders to the left. So half moon, supine. Stay here, or your left hand grabs a hold of the right wrist, and your right ankle crosses over the left. So just like when we started in our child's pose, we're making space when we're stretching right and left out of the hip joints. Same thing here, but lying on our backs. So we're constantly trying to make space and correct the alignment. Inhale the arms back first and then your legs. Inhale the legs first to the right, and then lift up the head, neck, and shoulders. Reach to the right. And then whatever you did, if you cross the ankle and grab the wrist, do it here. And bring it back. Arms first, then legs. On an exhale, bring your knees in. Lift up your head, neck, and shoulders and squeeze yourself into a tight little ball. Lower your head down. Rock it side to side. Rock your ears right and left. Linger wherever you feel sensation and breathe there. If you're ready, one hand on each knee, circle the knees. If you hear clicking, make it smaller. Breathe deeper. Strengthen the joints. Reverse your direction. So movement like this is strength work for the joints. Good. Place your feet down, hip bone distance apart. Make sure all 10 toes are facing forward, hands by your side, preparing for bridge pose with many options. Inhale, belly down, spine down. Exhale, press down and in with your feet, knees, and inner thighs, and peel your spine off the mat. Notice if you're clenching your butt cheeks, try to relax them as much as possible. Option, keep your palms where they are or interlace your fingers. Chin off your chest. Ground into the inner foot, down and in with the feet, shins, and inner thighs. Stay there with the bind or reach up with the arms over your head, palms up. And then your final option and final 5 breaths would be your full wheel. Try not to move your feet here. Inhale, press down in order to rise. Shake your head no and yes if you're in your full wheel. I know Katie probably already has a leg up, so if you want to inhale, lift your right leg up. And lower. Slower you move, the better the body responds. Inhale, left leg. And lower. One more breath. Lowering all the way down on an inhale. And lifting arms and legs, dead bug pose. So I've been practicing for 20 years, and every time I do a full wheel, I come out of it with this intense sensation in my wrist. But I focus on it, I breathe, sometimes I wiggle my fingers, and I stay with my attention there until the sensation fades. I ride it out. I'm not reacting to it, which this sensation teaches me to not get attached to my emotions and not react to every emotion that I have, which I have a lot. My husband's agreeing with me right now. Okay, so now this is when Carolyn usually chimes in with her story. And Carolyn and I will be going dancing soon as we can, so you're all invited. We're going to lower the left foot down. Keep the right leg up for a gentle hamstring stretch. Take a deep breath in, flex the right foot. If you want more, you can place a strap around the foot. You can lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. Extend through the left heel towards the top of the mat. See if you can bring your right leg a little closer and lower your head back down. Keeping the right leg as straight as you can. So energetically, I'm pushing this right leg in to my left hand. And wow, do I feel this sensation. Now I'm going to take my left hand to the outside of my right leg. I'm pushing this leg to the right. I'm resisting with this hand. Now I'm going to resist and pull at the same time. Resist and pull. Take my right thumb and my right hip crease to keep my thigh off my belly and my leg nice and straight. If it helps, and I like this too, push with your right hand. Pull with your left. It's very little movement, very subtle sensation of a push and a pull. And then you just keep moving to the left. This helps to get into the IT band, but I find a roller works better. And I do have on my YouTube channel, I have a roller video, and I recommend that to every person that takes my class. And people know me and they come and take my class, I come with my roller. And if they come early, I make them roll it out. They keep coming early. They bitch and moan about it, but they must like it because they keep showing up. We're going to switch it around. Take the right hand, and now my right hand is pushing my leg to the left, and my right leg is pushing into my hand. But I'm creating resistance, so it's not dropping down. It's creating tension. My left hand is not pushing my left hip down. It's just noticing if my left hip lifts. That's when I know I went far enough with my right leg. Inhale, we'll lift the right leg up, slide the left knee behind the right. Oh, this feels so good. Groin stretch. If you can, hook your foot. The goal is to, now I don't even want to hook my foot because I want to bring this right knee towards my left shoulder and my left knee towards my right shoulder. My right hip down, not up. Constantly working dual actions. Dead bug pose. Lower the right foot. Flex the left foot. Hands up the back of the leg or a strap. Create the tension. Stay there. Lift up your head, neck, and shoulders. Stretch your right foot out to the top of your mat. Gently tug the left leg closer, but gently push into the hands with the leg. Push and pull. Push, pull. Right hand to the outside of the foot, ankle or leg. Kick into the hand. Move the left leg to the right. Push, pull. Right hand pull, left hand push. You can go further. I just feel more sensation on my left side than my right. And I don't want to feel so much. But best for you to listen to your body, then look at what I'm doing and trying to mirror my body. Try to go within and listen to your body. Switch the grip. Left hand on the outside to push leg and hand together. Right hand rested comfortably on my right hip, just to notice if that right hip lifts. As soon as this hip lifts, I went far enough with my left leg. Left leg lifts, right knee slides up behind left leg. Squeeze the leg. So left knee towards right shoulder, right knee towards the left shoulder, left knee towards right. If you get more from the hook or just lingering here, just find what works. But it is a groin stretch. So the groin is in between your legs. And if you don't feel anything, that's a good sign. because the body only talks to you when there's a sign of distress. Like here, I don't feel anything in my left groin, but I'm nursing a pulled right groin for about 6 or 7 months now. It takes a while, so I feel it over there. Dead bug pose. And then our final twist. Bring the right knee in. Slowly lower your left foot down. Once the left foot touches, relax your feet. Take your right arm to the right, and with your left hand, guide your right knee all the way over to the left. This pose reminds me of getting an adjustment at the chiropractor's office. So you become your own little adjuster. One more breath. Inhale, back to center. Bring the left knee in. Stretch with your right leg. Nice and long. Relax your feet. And right hand guides left knee to the right. Doing your best to keep that left shoulder anchored. Pull your belly back, tailbone down. One more breath. And inhale, come back to center. Bringing both knees in for one more big hug. You can lift your head up, whatever your hug looks like. And then we'll bring the soles of the feet together. Knees wide, palms up, arms away from the body comfortably. Stay here for the duration of your Shavasana, or stretch your legs all the way out. Feet flop open like a book. Create a little space between your lips. Relax your face and jaw. With each exhale, allow yourself to melt deeper and deeper into your mat, into this moment, reminding yourself to stay connected to your breath, which connects you to the present moment. I hope you received what you needed to help you move through the rest of today with a sense of ease and grace. Infinite blessings and gratitude. Namaste.